Okay, so with the release of Marvel's Rivals, it's just occurred to me how Warframe might actually be able to pull off a PvP mode. This is of course increasingly relevant now due to the fact that with Warframe's next update we're getting a new PvPvE mode. It's not really like Conclave where it's PvP. Obviously it's going to be teams versus teams in terms of it's kind of like a kill race, I guess, or at least who can do the better in terms of score on the mode. So it's not really PvP, but it's pretty close. And what's really nice about this is the fact that we're going to have way better access to the Conclave rewards because we can earn standing for it here, and I'm super excited for that. I think if they added even more rewards to Conclave's reward pool, there is potentially a future for more PvPvE modes in Warframe. I'm really interested to see how competitive this actually gets. Definitely want to get my hands on that Celestial Sandana, but with how good Marvel Rivals is right now, I can't help but draw comparisons between these two games, mainly because of Rivals' character design. You see, we've got quite a lot of Warframes available, and they all have a shit ton of abilities, at least 4, some of them with even more. And the characters in Marvel Rivals also have a shit ton of abilities. A big difference between something like Rivals and Apex is the fact that even though Apex has less overall legends or characters, the game feels oversaturated with its legend pool in terms of abilities. It just feels like they're running out of ideas and the metas aren't very fun. On Marvel Rivals, I get it's a fresh game, so maybe that's why it feels refreshing, but there's way more characters to pick from and way more abilities overall. Granted, it's a hero shooter and not based on Battle Royale, but every character feels at least unique and fun to try. They're all very refined in their kits. There's incredible synergies across the board and very well put together synergies for your actual abilities as well, and it reminds me a lot of Warframe's kit designs. You look at someone like Black Panther for example, and you have to use his abilities in a certain sequence or you pay the price, as you'll basically become a sitting duck if you don't execute his combos correctly. Kind of similar to how Warframe's designs in later years have become way more in depth and synergistic. If you look at someone like Nidus or Harrow, you have to use their abilities in a certain sequence in order to get the most out of them. Prior to playing Marvel Rivals, I didn't really think that Warframe could really pull off some sort of PvP game mode. Obviously, Conclave sucks. It's never been good. The mechanics just don't really work. Could this be mainly due to Warframe's overall gameplay mechanics and how it's super excessive with its movement? The aim of the game is to, usually just spray down hordes and mass murder everything with abilities. But part of me thinks that due to the amount of abilities that the rivals possess, that having 4 abilities and a passive on a Warframe amongst a, albeit probably double the size of a roster, could maybe be pulled off in the future. I would like to see this mainly for Conclave rewards, and I think if there's one thing that could take Warframe to a whole new level, it would be PvP, because people just love competitive games. When it comes to my previous Apex community often wanting to get into Warframe, a lot of them do struggle to get into it at the baseline because they miss that competitive edge, and not everyone really wants to get into a game like Warframe where it's, sort of something you play for fun and chill. But if it had a competitive side that was just as valid as its PvE mode, I think that would open up an entirely new category of players. Marvel Rivals has somehow aced kit design across a shit ton of characters and made it an enjoyable experience across the board, albeit these kits have been fine-tuned for a 6v6 multiplayer. In Conclave you would have to do tuning to Warframe's abilities and how much damage they're doing, but I'm starting to see the potential here. You could separate Warframes into certain classes, limit how many picks of a certain class you could get, give them specific team up synergies, and just create something that Warframe hasn't really seen before. Also, if you guys are interested, please be sure to follow my Twitch, link is in the description by the way. We're playing a bunch of Marvel's Rivals and Warframe as of late. I'm absolutely in love with Rivals right now, so check it out if you're interested. Anyways, back to Warframe and PvP. At least the PvP we are getting soon, it does sound really interesting, although I don't think it's going to have longevity. What I predict is we're all going to play this mode for a bit to go up against other squads. It will be competitive, but we're probably not going to play it past getting our necessary Conclave rewards. Conclave has rewards that are basically impossible to get because the only way to get actual PvP servers is through a Discord server, I believe, that is directly related to said game mode. It's just a dead part of the community that no one really dabbles in, but goddamn does that Celestial Sandana look sick. And remember, this isn't just a mode that's dropping on its own, it's coming with the biggest update in a long time for Warframe, so people are probably going to be more interested in the PvE stuff that Warframe is most well known for. And of course, the elephant in the room is that yes, Warframe overall has way more characters and way more abilities that you would have to balance around a PvP. I think laying the groundworks with this new mode is going to be a step in the right direction. Depending on how well the mode does and how popular it is, maybe DE will continue to push for a PvP mode in the game that is actually consistently used as a way of farming up new items and resources, you know, something you actually have a reason to play, or maybe just a way of making the game more competitive and fun. Let me know what you guys think of this idea. Do you think I'm just talking on my arse here? Is Marvel Rivals just skewing my judgment of what Warframe could be capable of? Anyway, I appreciate you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.